So, little boy rules. Applies to little girls as well. But explore, discover new things, go on adventures, build, dig, splash. I think that's quite a good message for kids. And this is the little cosy kind of all den. So we're at the Connoisseur's House. I started this house quite some time ago, but basically I got to a stage with this and then I kind of paused it. So I want to show you around what I've done. This house is ready to go. Actually, it's ready to be sold. I've got a bit more money than I had last time, so I've done all the garden jobs things. But I want to take you around this house and show you what I've done, where we are with the garden. I've basically been playing around and experimenting with the garden DLC and the new stuff that's inside and things. So I'll take you through this. I haven't done the whole garden. I kind of left it here because I'm keen to get this house kind of sold and off. I'll get onto another one basically. But I mean, as if you've seen in my content before, basically a lot of the stuff I kind of do is it's very detaily. It's very kind of layers on layers on layers of things. So that's what I've done with this garden. So I've done a little kind of pond outside, and I'm always kind of looking at what you can do more with the things you've been given. So I kind of wanted to put a window box in up there. You can't get window boxes in the game, so I ended up kind of doing this thing where I stacked up some paving slabs behind the bushes there, and you can see it obviously from this angle, but from here it doesn't look too bad. These are just the plant boxes, the normal garden sort of planters on top of those paving slabs. So yeah, lots of layers. As you see, the gravel. Trick to getting a really straight edge with something like that is so what you often find, just to give you a quick tip. So if we go into surfaces, so obviously you can do the square. You can do the square, and if you mouse wheel, you change the size of it. But there's no way. It's very hard to kind of run that in a straight line. Doesn't matter how good you are with your mouse, it's not very easy to do. So what I did and what I do usually is just put a load down and then get a turf roll, and I and make the line. I get that to cut it straight, so you can see there's a straight edge there. And that's basically what I did on all of these edges. Put in a larger area and then put turf over the top of it. Let me just get rid of this puppy because that's going to kill me. What else have we got here? So yeah, pond, lots of steps around the edges, lots of this kind of layering it up, trying to cover as much of the edge of the pond as I could. It's a bit of a shame you can't kind of put stuff in. That would be amazing if you could put stuff in the water, even if it was just lilies or something. But, and then I use these kind of edging. These are supposed to be like a fence piece, but I use them as kind of just decorative. You see that in gardens sometimes. Again, I've wanted got a bit of extra height there by stacking up some wooden boards behind that feeder. And then the thing that I don't know if you've noticed this over here, and this is something again I do quite a lot of, is try and find ways of making something, an object kind of work for a different purpose. So there is no stone walls in the game. So if you're wondering how to make that wall and that fence line I've just showed you behind me, it's actually a fireplace. So yeah, not that one, but there's a bunch of the fireplaces now in the game. I think it's this one. Yeah, potentially it's this one. Let's see. Maybe it's not that one. Hold on a second. Oh, it's this one. This one's nice and plain at the back. So if you ignore the front of it and you just use the back of it, and that's what I've used there basically. And I've just placed them next to each other. So obviously you can change the colour of that wall if you want to, because you can change the colour of that the brickwork. The problem you get is obviously, as all things in Best Repair, you can't put things intersecting, so that's why I've ended up with these. So these are a fence piece from the garden DLC, to hide the gap there. And you could, if you wanted to, I put this fence behind it, but you don't actually have to do that. You could do something like that. And if you imagine that kind of between the wall of the house there and the hedgerow, you'd not notice that this kind of weird things kind of in the middle. And then you do get kind of weird gaps and edges and things like that, but that's what the trees are for. So, my little porch. So this is my little sitting on the stoop. Being one of those people that sits on their stoop. We don't have stoops in England. It's an American thing. So yeah, sitting on your porch or in your this little kind of sitting area outside. And that's a picture, kind of for it look kind of cool. I started using the trees, playing with the trees as because you don't actually have to plant them. The game, if you look up in my radar on the top right there, is not happy about the fact that I haven't planted that, but it does get this kind of cool little pot. So I thought it worked quite well there. We go inside. It gets a bit laggy because I've got a lot of lights. But this is now and if you watch the previous episode was I'd done the bedrooms. This is the master bedroom. I did this thing with made my own mirror. So that's a picture that sort of looks like a mirror. And I had done this bathroom with this kind of rainforest. Oh, hello. This rainforest wall, which I kind of like. I kind of think it's kind of cool. It's a bit sort of hotel-y. I've changed a few things in here. I think I just added like those towels and stuff. Nothing major. And then, so then the living room, get back on task, Toves, so with this big sort of kitchen living room. It was a bit of a weird space before. I was sort of struggling to work out how I was going to put it together, but I think it's come together quite nicely. So, kind of just a bit of a... The colours are kind of complementary. I think they kind of work. I kind of like them. I did actually a bit of wallpaper out of it, which I never really do. I've got this kind of hallway area. I've just made a bit of a feature out of it. Some of the screens, a nice picture. I'll go around the hallway in a second. And then my kitchen. I actually really like this kitchen now. So a bit of a thing for kind of tying rooms together. So I'm not a designer by any means. Stretch the imagination, but I always think if you have something that kind of brings, even though this is open plan, if you have something that kind of brings the areas together, so the floor is obviously consistent between the hallways. Try not to move the camera around too much to make you sick, but so that orange is a slightly different tone to this, but it's a bit closer to the purple, so that kind of feels like it divides them naturally. I put these posts in, these sort of what are supposed to be sort of wooden pillars in to divide the space a bit. But then I've done stuff like made sure that this grey follows through into the grey in the living room. Go into the living room in a second. And then it's just lots of things, lots of layering and textures and a little pinboard thing up there that's obviously a picture. Some cool pictures. I'm a bit anal with most of my pictures because I always make sure I find. So that's actually, I found that photograph. These aren't pictures that had frames on them, so I've put them in the frames. Did a bit of sort of Photoshop work. Put them in the frames. They look better. They look a bit more real than if they're kind of just floating canvases. Got some herbs today. Obviously, haven't been recording for a while. Now, here's the living room. Nice little kind of nook thing. I did this kind of setback, fireplace area. It's quite small, but I think it's kind of cozy. I kind of like it. I think it kind of looks quite nice. I didn't get any curtains in. Tend to not really often manage to get curtains into my rooms. I don't ever, very rarely feel like they kind of work. Don't know why. I think it's just the way I put the rooms together. So next, going down the corridor. So show you the rooms that I've done. I did some mirrors and some cool pictures and stuff in here. Again, I found found a cool picture and put it in a frame. That's actually the same frame. I think that's the same frame as no, it's not. Talking rubbish. But yeah, just this little kind of weird seating area. I don't know why I did that. My bathroom. This was one I had done before, but I did a couple of changes. I put these bits up on the kitchen worktop, on the bathroom worktop, on the sink. Nothing else new in there. And then I had done this before, which is my little toilet with a. Don't know why I just think that's really cool. I just like that picture. My favourite of all rooms. This is kind of like, I don't know. I always kind of try and make a person up. Just give the house a sort of identity. This is I think either a couple or a single woman in this house. I don't really know why. It just feels like it is. And they have a young boy, and this is their young boy's room. So little boy rules. Applies to little girls as well, but explore, discover new things, go on adventures, build, dig, splash. That's quite a good message for the kids. And it's just a little cozy kind of old den he's got. So obviously a big picture there. Love that picture. That picture was what kind of made me do it all in this colour. And it's kind of cozy, and then I just put some. Again, like if I had made those all different frames, they'd all looked a bit weird, but they look cool because they're just 4 pictures that I found that are supposed to be like the kid and the grandparents and the parents and stuff. And then I picked up a bit of this texture, it's just this canvassy things. So yeah, I'm quite excited to be back. I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to be making. Yeah, I was doing a lot more content previously. I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep that up. I've got various different things going on in life at the moment now. But hopefully, and I really enjoyed playing this, but I didn't want to kind of finish and sell this one without showing you guys, because obviously there's a bunch of people that have seen this before. And anyone that's new here, I do massively appreciate it. I hope you like what you're seeing, and I will try and get some videos out soon. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Let me know what you think, and if there's anything you'd like to see different, or you think you want to know how I did it, then yeah, do drop me a comment. My name is Toves. If you haven't already subscribed, then feel free to do so. And if you have already subscribed, thank you very much for staying patient and coming back to watch my videos again. We appreciate it. Right, guys, catch you next time. Take it easy.